If you're thinking about applying for grad schools, make sure that you ask yourself these 3 questions before you do it. Hey, my name is Sharana and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing 3 of the most important questions that you should be asking yourself before applying for graduate school. I attended grad school from 2015 through 2017, and I actually went to grad school 3 years after graduating from undergrad. For me, it was the right decision to make, and I came to that decision after asking myself these 3 questions. Question number 1, how are you going to pay for this? Grad school can be very expensive. Whether you're going for a master's program or a PhD, it can be a lot of extra expenses that you may not have thought of originally. Even if you're given different stipends or grants for your program, there are other expenses that you may not have thought of, including rent, car payments, or train tickets to be able to get back and forth to class, any books that you may have to purchase, lab fees if you're in a program where you have to take a lot of labs. There's a lot of extra fees that can come with a master's program that you may not be thinking about. So how are you going to pay for it? Are you willing to take out student loans? Did you already have student loans from undergrad, so now these student loans would just add on top of it? Do you have money saved up for graduate school? Or does someone in your family have money saved up that they're willing to give you for graduate school? Is the school going to be giving you a lot of money in scholarships to be able to pay for the entire program? Or are they only going to give you scholarships that would cover a portion of your tuition and then expect you to come up with the rest of the money? It's a really important question to ask yourself. It may not seem like a big deal to just take out a couple of student loans to be able to cover the cost, but you could end up being stuck with those student loans for a very, very long time. I attended graduate school from 2015 through 2017, and I still have a lot of those student loans. I have even more student loans from undergrad because I had no idea what I was doing for undergrad, but that's another story. But I had to make the decision for myself of if it was worth me adding even more money in debt on top of what I already owed in order to go to graduate school. That leads right into the second question you should ask yourself, which is it worth it for your future career goals to earn an advanced degree? Some fields don't actually require you to have a master's degree or a PhD in order to hit different positions. You can make it to those positions with just your bachelor's degree. So is there really a point to you going for an advanced degree if it's not necessary for the position that you want to work in? Is having that advanced degree going to help you get to that position faster or with less stress? Or is it just something that some of the people in that position might already have, but others have made their way there without those degrees, maybe just putting in a little bit extra work or time? For me, I'm working right now as a forensic scientist. I'm an analyst in a forensic toxicology lab, and my career goals are to reach the position of a forensic toxicologist or a certifying scientist. And for that position, I knew that I would have a much better chance making it there if I had an advanced degree, just because of the amount of time people in those positions have to go to court. And a lot of times in the legal system, they want to see somebody who has an advanced degree to kind of prove that they know what they're talking about. Even though it's 100% true that you can have a bachelor's degree and lots of years of experience and still know what you're talking about. I knew for me personally, I would much rather prefer to go to graduate school, take out the extra loans, get that extra degree, get that master's degree, and then be able to hopefully reach that position a little bit sooner than if I had just gotten my bachelor's and tried to work my way up from there. I also knew that for this specific position, having a master's degree would actually give me a leg up over other people who may be applying to that position. So for me, it was worth it to go for the master's. But you're going to have to ask yourself that same question when it comes to your personal career goals. And the third question that I would ask is, are you even ready to go back to school? I know that for me, I graduated from undergrad in 2012, worked full-time for 3 years, and then went to graduate school in 2015. So I waited 3 years between undergrad and grad school, and for me, that was the right decision. I have friends that went from undergrad straight into their graduate programs, and they were completely fine with it. But I know personally, if I had done that, I don't think I would have made it through. I was personally feeling kind of burnt out after going to undergrad, and I knew that I would need a break before I even thought about going for a master's degree or any type of advanced degree. So you have to think about, where are you mentally? If you've just finished your undergrad degree, are you in the right mind state to be able to go straight into a master's program? Or do you think you'd be better off if you took a little bit of time to the side, work full time, get some internships, get some extra experience under your belt somewhere in a related field, even if it's not your exact dream job, and then take that time to really establish if you actually want to go to graduate school. And then once you've taken that time, then you can apply later on. Graduate school is completely different from undergrad. It's a lot more independent. There are not as many people around, and a lot of it is really just you doing things on your own and having to take full initiative when it comes to getting anything done. So I know that I personally had some trouble when it comes to grad school, just kind of struggling with the idea of just how independent the program itself was going to be. I didn't really know what to expect going in. I didn't reach out to anybody ahead of time who had gone for a master's program. The program that I went to was actually brand new when I first attended, so there was nobody that had gone through that exact program before me. I'm one of the first ones that completed it. But yeah, I didn't really ask around. I didn't think to reach out to anybody else who had gone through a similar program. And I just didn't have a lot of community around me that could help to kind of back me up as I was going through that program. Now, I definitely had friends and family, and they helped me tremendously. I just think it's a different feeling having encouragement and motivation coming from your friends and your family that don't really understand the material versus having that same encouragement coming from people who have actually gone through that specific thing that you're going through and can speak to your specific struggles. I didn't really have that when I was going through my graduate program, but I think if you are looking to do that now, you should definitely look into the Women in STEM community over on Instagram, because I have met so many amazing women just through that Instagram hashtag that I think if I had had that community when I was going through grad school, I would have felt a lot more ready for it in that time. So those are the 3 questions that I think you should ask yourself before you start applying to grad schools. 1, how are you going to pay for this advanced degree? 2, is that advanced degree really necessary for your specific career goals? And 3, are you ready to go back to school? Once you've asked yourself those 3 questions, you can really make a more educated and informed decision on whether graduate school is right for you in this moment, whether it's right for you at all, or whether you should maybe wait a little bit before you go and look into grad schools. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking that time between undergrad and grad school. I think it actually makes you a little bit of a better person if that's what's right for you. Some people are very willing and able to just go from undergrad straight into grad school, and that's absolutely amazing if that's you. Personally, I know it wasn't me though. So just sharing my story and my experiences, I know that I needed a break, and it's totally okay if you need a break too. I hope this video helped, and if you have any other suggestions on science content that you want to see from me, whether that's about schooling, whether that's about forensic science specifically, whether it's about being a Black woman in a STEM field, whatever it is that you might have questions on or that you want to see a video on, please drop it in the comments below and I will be sure to look into making that for you. Like I said, I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.